right now going for PT as well as CRM, but definitely in future we'll start with these program also. So there is always comparison of the certification and the accreditation. In many times the layman they are confused with certification and accreditation. Even our new people, they also call it accreditation as a certification sometime. Okay, sometime it's a misconception that both are same, but there is a huge difference between the certification and accreditation. So the purpose of the certification shows that an organization or a product or individual meets certain requirement. So certain requirement may be because of some guideline, maybe because of some international standard. So in many times these certifications comes in a various way. Like अगर मैं बात करूं ISO 9000 is a certification, right? There are few certification which is based on the local guidelines. हमारे इंडिया में भी कई ऐसी सर्टिफिकेशन है जब हम कहते हैं कि हमें लोकल सर्टिफिकेशंस हैं, राइट? बट व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द accreditation जैसे हमने की कॉम्पिटेंस को असेस करना ही, then only we can call it as accreditation. So accreditation recognize that an organization has the competence to perform they all activity. So इसमें obviously accreditation में हम on site assessment करेंगे, ऑन साइट डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन चेक करेंगे, बट सर्टिफिकेशन में ये सारी चीजें इन्वॉल्व नहीं होती है. एंड फिर व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द रिकॉग्निशन, so certification has a very low level of recognition, and on the other hand accreditation is generally considered as a higher level of recognition than certification. Meanwhile we have to understand that in overall the globe there are certification bodies similar to the accreditation body. There are certification bodies, they all are providing certification, but these certification body, they have to go for the accreditation also for themselves. Then only a certification body can give a certification to the organization or individual. So certification is a step below the accreditation, and the process of the certification as well as accreditation more or less are same. But when we talk about the certification, it's kind of an audit which doesn't need any kind of demonstration of the technical activity. But wahi par accreditation involves ongoing compliances, on-site assessments, and participation in the PT programs also. So, and in the scope, it is generic in nature. जैसे हम organization को दे देते 9,000, तो हम कहते हैं पूरी एक organization 9,000. But when we talk about the accreditation is only valid for a specific field of competence. मान लीजिए किसी एक लैब के अंदर टेस्टिंग में केमिकल भी है, बायोलॉजिकल भी है, बट अगर लैब सिर्फ बायोलॉजिकल के लिए ले रही है, सो दैट एक्रेडिटेशन इज वैलिड फॉर द बायोलॉजिकल ओनली, नॉट फॉर द केमिकल. सो एज अ होल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को कभी भी एक्रेडिटेशन नहीं दी. एक्रेडिटेशन इज बेसिकली फॉर द स्पेसिफिक स्कोप. एंड वन मोर थिंग, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट दिस सर्टिफिकेशन एंड एक्रेडिटेशन, सो इन 2009 there was IAF ISO company which says कि अगर की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के पास एक्रेडिटेशन है, if the lab is already been accredited, so then it automatically complies with the 9,000 ISO 9,000. So that lab do not need any kind of another certification. I'll just go through this company also. So when we talk about the history of accreditation, so accreditation, basically the basic of accreditation is starting in 1940s. That was near the World War II. In 1942, any accreditation body खुली थी in Australia, which is named as the NATA. In 1970, the establishment of another national accreditation body started, and in New Zealand, the second national accreditation body was started. In 1980, the introduction of the ISO standard comes into the existence, which provided a framework for the laboratories to achieve international recognition and consistency in testing. And in 1990, INAC was formed to promote the mutual acceptance of test results across the borders. And in 2000, expansion of regional accreditation bodies and they have started and they have enhanced the collaboration organization of the standards among countries. And in 2010, there is an increased emphasis on the accreditation as a tool for improving laboratory quality and reliability, influencing global trade and regulatory compliance. So this is basically a small brief on the history and how accreditation has been evolved. So when we talk about the key players in the accreditation landscape, as we all know, at the apex body, as a apex body, ILAC is working, and ILAC is a key global organization that facilitates international cooperation among accreditation bodies, ensuring consistent standard and practices across countries to enhance the credibility of the laboratory result. So the apex body is the ILAC. And when we talk about the second level, we have various regional cooperation bodies. These organizations operate within a specific geographical area, such as APAC. APAC is working in the Asia Pacific region, which provides accreditation services that align with local regulation and industry needs, and thus promoting regional quality assurance and compliances. So basically, these regional bodies, they work on the local regulation also, and they harmonize the overall accreditation network. And then at the third level, there is a national accreditation bodies. So each country typically has its own national bodies responsible for accrediting laboratories, which play a crucial role in implementing international standard at the national level and fostering trust in laboratory testing and result. So earlier, there was only one accreditation body existed in the various countries. In our country, there are NABL, but now from last few years, we have another accreditation body, and one of the accreditation bodies is IQAS now. And in most of the countries, like when we talk about the US, there are around more than 10 accreditation bodies. So in coming years, definitely in our country also, there will be 4 to 5 various accreditation bodies working on giving accreditation. So this is the overall globe scenario, how these regional cooperation bodies are distributed. The largest one is, if you see, so this is the overall APAC region. So this is the Asia Pacific Accreditation Corporation, and this is the another corporation which is Inter-American Accreditation Program. And when we see this area, which is common for APAC and IAC, so based on the choice of accreditation body, they can go to the APAC. We have to the IAC, similar to this, if you Southern African Development Community Corporation, SADC. So there are few common areas where accreditation body can opt for the MRA, and there are few countries where these cooperation bodies are not working. So these are called unaffiliated bodies, and they have been peer evaluated ABs who are not geographically located in one of the established region. So they can directly go to the ILAC, and from the ILAC, they will get a clear picture where they can go for their MRA. So after this COVID, and during the COVID also, now the accreditation slightly changing with the revolution of digital transformation. And now every accreditation body is emphasizing on the digital world. These laboratory accreditation landscape is increasingly influenced by digital technologies with a growing trend toward the integration of automation, data analytics, and remote auditing. So during COVID, definitely we all have seen how accreditation bodies have started with the remote auditing processes using the online assessments to enhance efficiency, accuracy, and compliances in laboratory operations. Yes, there are few limitations as well as restrictions when we talk about remote auditing processes, but but we all are working on continuously improving our overall process. So definitely in next few years, we will definitely see how we are doing these remote auditing process in a better way. Section 2, that is the role of ILAC in global accreditation. ILAC is apex body, and its mission is that ILAC serve as we have organization in the global accreditation landscape, promoting the harmonization of laboratory standard. So basically, it is very important that we have to know that ILAC is promoting the harmonization of laboratory standard and practices. Its mission is to facilitate international recognition of accredited laboratories, thereby enhancing the reliability of the test result and fostering global trade. Because if we'll look about why accreditation was needed, it is basically it emphasizing and it helps the global trade by ensuring that the laboratory meets consistent laboratory benchmark cross-border and the test results are reliable. So one country can definitely accept test result of a product of a different country. So I like mutual recognition arrangement, which is called as the MRA. Basically, very interestingly, it's the arrangement and it's not an agreement. So there is no paper we have between the two regional bodies or two laboratories, but it's a mutual recognition arrangement. So purpose of MRA is ILAC mutual recognition arrangement, establish a framework for mutual acceptance of accredited laboratory results, enhancing global trade by ensuring consistent quality standard across member countries. That means that all the results from the accredited laboratory, they will be mutually accepted by the countries, member countries. So what is the member benefit to become a member of ILAC? That is, a laboratory accredited under the ILAC MRA gains international recognition, which facilitates easier access to global market and reduces the need for duplicate testing, ultimately saving time and resource. So as we all know that IQAS has already been evaluated by the APAC in the month of August, and in a few, might be in couple of months, we are also expecting our membership certificate, being a MRA member of the ILAC. Then the quality assurance mechanism, the MRA serve as a quality assurance mechanism, promoting confidence in the laboratory results among stakeholders by ensuring that the participating laboratory adheres to the rigorous international standard, whether it's a ISO 15189, whether it's a ISO IEC 17025, we have other standards, and definitely they comply with these international standards. So it's a basically quality assurance mechanism. So peer evaluation and its process, as I told, that these regional cooperation bodies, they evaluate by peers. So by ensuring consistency, the peer evaluation process is crucial for maintaining consistency in laboratory accreditation, and it involves assessment by qualified peers who reviews compliances with the international standards, ensuring that accredited laboratory meet the same high quality benchmark. That's why we always call experts to be empaneled in the IQAS also, so that we can able to assess the labs. And these collaborative approach not only fosters accountability, but also encourages continuous improvement and innovation within the laboratories. Enhancing credibility through peer evaluation, laboratories can enhance their credibility and trustworthiness in the eye of clients and stakeholders, as these evaluation provides an independent verification of their competence and adherence to the established protocol. What are these established protocol? Whether it's a ISO 15189 or any kind of standard, or the local or regional guidelines which are coming from the regulatory body, and enhancing credibility along with that, because ultimately most of the labs, they are continuously improving themselves by identifying areas for enhancement or improvement, fostering a culture of quality and excellence that ultimately benefit the laboratory's operations and service delivery. So what are the ILAC impact on global trade and regulatory compliances? So as we all know that ILAC framework for mutual recognition of accredited laboratories significantly streamlines international trade by ensuring that the test results are accepted across borders, reducing barriers and fostering economic growth through an architecture. For example, a product which is made by the, or which is produced by the India, you can say our country India. So when it will be exported to the other countries, we have that another country, they will ask for their quality checks, and the quality check can be because of their testing result. What are the results of lab? So if a lab is accredited, it will be under the framework of ISO. Another country with MRA signatory, definitely they will accept a result of that laboratory from one country. So ultimately it reduce barriers and fostering economical growth. The second is by promoting consistent accreditation standard globally, ILAC helps laboratory meet regulatory requirements. When we talk about accreditation, definitely we are asking for their legal entity as per our national law. There are few regulatory requirements which needs to be complied by the laboratory, such as when we talk about the medical, there are some Clinical Establishment Act, that is a biomedical PMW guidelines. There are few business guidelines also from the government of India. So definitely at the time of assessment, we all assess the laboratory whether they meet the requirement or not. So ensuring that the product and service complies with the safety and quality standard also, thereby protecting consumer and enhancing public. So these are the impact of the global impact of the ILAC on the global trade. So when we talk about the scope of ILAC, accreditation body, they can apply for ILAC MRA for 17025, ISO I for the calibration laboratory, the testing laboratory. Right now, there are 93 signatories, which are MRA signatory for ISO IC 17025 for the calibration laboratories, and total of 12,937 accredited labs throughout the globe. And the ISO IC 17025 for the testing laboratory, there are 106 signatories. And right now, there are 64,978 accredited labs throughout the globe. And when we talk about the medical laboratory, as per the ISO 15189, there are 81 signatories and more than 10,500 we have laboratory in the globe. For ISO IC 1700, that is for the inspection body, there are 86 signatories and there are more than 13,000, which is nearly 14,000 accredited inspection bodies, the globe. These are the two new, not new, but it's almost more than 10 years. Then IDEC is also accepting MRA for the ISO IEC 17043 test, and now 41 signatories are there, and out of which 652 accredited PTPs are there, proficiency testing providers in the globe. And for ISO 17034, it is for the reference material producers. There is only 30 signatories, out of which 269 accredited reference material producers are available in the globe. So when we talk about the overall numbers, so I hope that there is a huge possibility, or you can say there is a huge market available in the overall the globe, which definitely need a accreditation. So now when we talk about the medical testing laboratory, there is only throughout the globe, there is only 10,500 accredited lab. But in our country only, we have more than 5 lakh medical labs operating in our country. So there's a huge market which needs accreditation. And then these are the regional cooperation bodies, as we have already discussed. There are 6 regional cooperation bodies. And what is their work? That their role in accreditation, basically, their crucial role in enhancing laboratory accreditation by fostering collaboration among member countries, promoting the harmonization of standards, and facilitating mutual recognition of accredited laboratories, which ultimately strengthen quality assurance and support international trade. So these are the 6 regional cooperation, and largest one is the APAC. If we compare between the regional bodies and the ILAC, so definitely there is a difference in scope. We have regional bodies typically focus on the specific geographical areas and may tailor their accreditation process to local regulation and industrial need, while ILAC operate on a global scale, promoting uniform standards and mutual recognition among diverse countries to facilitate the international trade. And while we are talking about the recognition and influence, regional bodies enhance local laboratory credibility and compliances, while ILAC's global recognition provides laboratory with a broader market access, ensuring that accredited results are accepted internationally, and thus playing a crucial role in enhancing the reliability of testing services across borders. But there are all needs to also understand about the challenges faced by these regional bodies. Recently, when we also been evaluated by the APAC, and I came into this kind of understanding that definitely there is a limited resources and funding for these regional corporations, and these corporation bodies often struggle with the inadequate financial resources, and which hamper their ability to implement comprehensive accreditation program and maintain high standards of quality assurance across member countries. There is a diverse regulatory environment. Definitely when we talk about our SPAC region, so there is a diverse regulatory environment. And when we talk about the different countries, and the presence of the varying national regulation and standard within the region comprises the harmonization process, making it challenging for regional bodies to establish uniform accreditation criteria that are acceptable to all member states. So definitely it is huge challenge. And then the capacity building needs. There is a significant need for the capacity building among regional bodies to enhance their technical expertise and operational efficiencies, as many as lack the necessary training and infrastructure to effectively support laboratories in achieving and maintaining accreditation. These are the few challenges facing by the region. And at the international level, these are the things which continuously either ILAC or these other regional bodies, they are working on. So what are the benefits of accreditation? We all know that this is status symbol also when a laboratory is getting accreditation. We all know about how accreditation helped in the business, but we have it also enhancing the quality and reliability of the testing services by complying to the global standards. So laboratory accreditation ensures that the testing services adhere to the internationally recognized standard, enhancing the quality and reliability of the test result, which is crucial for the industries. We have care for hospitals, labs, pharmaceuticals, and the environmental monitoring. Getting the accreditation, definitely it built the trust as well as the credibility of the test result in the market. And accreditation builds trust among the stakeholders. These stakeholders may be clients, regulatory bodies, government, and these are the trust and credibility we have, providing assurance that laboratory operates competently and produce valid results, thereby fostering confidence in the testing process. It also enhances the market access. Accredited laboratories gains a competitive edge in the global market by demonstrating compliances with quality standard. And when we talk about our country also, most of the tenders, most of the government regulators, they are asking accreditation, and it also facilitated easier access to the international market and reducing the barrier related to the testing and certification. As we already discussed, that international recognition and market access is done by getting the accreditation, and these are the few of the benefits whenever a laboratory is getting accreditation. We have basically first is the transparency of the overall processes to perform a test or calibration. So building trust among stakeholders require transparency in laboratory process and accreditation standard, ensuring that all parties are informed about methodologies through their declaration of their methodologies, their results, that the test result, their report, and the compliance with the international norm, which is being assessed by a third party, which is neutral. So it builds a trust. Then the engagement with the stakeholder, when we talk about 15189 or 17025, it always says that whenever there is a change, there is a change in the overall agreement of the testing requirement. So lab has to inform to the stakeholder. So we have the engagement of the stakeholder comes with the accreditation, and these engaging stakeholders, including clients, regulatory bodies, and industry partner, fostering collaboration and a mutual understanding, which is essential for establishing a trustworthy laboratory environment. And obviously, we all know about the continuous improvement practice. Start implementing the continuous improvement within the accredited laboratory, demonstrate a commitment to quality and reliability, reinforcing stakeholders' confidence in the laboratory capability and the validity of its result. So basically, these are the importance and the benefits of accredited laboratory. I hope that I have covered most of the sections. So thank you. I just invite any questions from anyone. Any questions, Manish? Anyone from the IQAS? कोई क्वेश्चन है? सर एक्रेडिटेशन का मीनिंग थोड़ा सा समझ में आया, कैसे हम ग्लोबली कनेक्टेड हैं और कंट्रीज से? यस सर. ओके, सो ट्रेसिबिलिटी भी समझ में आ गई कि लेबोरेटरी, देन एबी, देन रीजनल बॉडी, and then ILAC. Sir, question from we have in comment box. Can you just read out, Manish? It says, can you share the organogram that how it's operated? How it is operated, like traceability, like first is the laboratory, then like AP, then APAC, then the operation, regional cooperation. What is the, like, I'm not getting the question. Sir, not clearly mentioned here. He's talking about ILAC. Which chart? ILAC chart. ILAC chart. Hierarchy chart, sir. Very simple, that at the first level it is ILAC, which is the apex body. After that, there is a regional bodies, and we have evaluating the AB, that is national ABs. These are the only very simple chart. That is not a very complicated one. We have region have various countries, and these regional bodies are evaluating the national accreditation bodies. And these accreditation bodies, they are assessing the laboratory. So there is assessment, there is the evaluation. Okay, there is a different terminology for both the. मेरा जी कोई question क्या जो नए लोग एक wish. I hope there is no questions, and definitely this overall we will share it, share this PPT on our website. What is the plan? Sir, next question from there. Digit for 17025. No requirement for 9001. No. Can I show that? Just a second. Just a minute. In chat section, sir. Just a second. Okay. We have Manish. Is it visible? No, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. We have. No. Okay. So the question of whether a laboratory having accreditation, whether that need ISO certification also, we have us in 2009. If you see that there is a January 2009, there is a joint IF INEC ISO company which is based on the ISO 17025 general requirement for the competence and testing and calibration, which says a laboratory fulfillment of the requirement of ISO IC 17025 means that the laboratory meets both technical competence requirement and management system requirements that are necessary for it consistently deliver technically valid test result and calibration. The measurement system we have. So it says that management system requirement in ISO 17025 written in language relevant to laboratory's operation and meet the principle of ISO 9000. That is the quality management system requirements and aligned with its pertinent requirement. That means कि अगर ISO 17025 ले लिया है तो आपको अलग से 9001 लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज ऑलरेडी ये तो आपका इंक्लूड है मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम रिक्वायरमेंट, राइट. इंटरनेशनली ये ऑलरेडी एक IF चेयर, ILF चेयर एंड ISO सेक्रेटरी जनरल ने एक कॉमनली इस चीज को पब्लिश किया था इन 2009. बिकॉज इससे पहले ये थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन था कि लोग 9000 भी मांगते थे, फिर ISO 17025 मांगते थे. क्लैरिफाई करने के लिए ये ऑलरेडी एक इंटरनेशनली कॉमनली पब्लिश हुआ था 2009. आई होप इट इज वेरी क्लियर. यस सर. यस सर. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन मनीष? एक्चुअली मेरे को दिख नहीं रहा है. नो सर. ठीक है. हमारे कुछ जो नए लोग थे, मेहरा जी है और ऑन योगेश, इनकी तरफ से कोई भी क्वेश्चन हो, सो आई वुड like to answer clarity रहनी चाहिए for getting what is accreditation. So Manish? Yes sir. If there is no question, so shall we wind up now? Yes sir. Yes sir. Thank you all, and definitely this PPT will be available on our website. So Manish, हम इसको PPTs को हम अपने website पे दे रहे हैं. Yes sir. चलो, thank you. So thank you all for giving me this opportunity, for giving a brief about accreditation and the global scenario. And we will meet again with a new topic. Manish, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, thank you.